Good morning and welcome to another exciting session on Unacademy Catalyst. I am Parikshit, your Quants and LRDI expert on the Unacademy platform. The first thing, as always, give me 10 seconds to make sure that I'm streaming live before we get started. Yes, I think we are streaming live and we are good to start. So today's session is gonna be on the NMIMS Mumbai MBA applications form, a step-by-step guide to make sure that you fill the form correctly, and if you have any queries, you can always post it in your comments and I'll be glad to answer them. Alright? Okay, let's get started with today's session. So a small thing before we start the session is something about the Unacademy Plus platform. What we offer on Unacademy Plus. On Unacademy Plus, we provide a comprehensive coverage, A to Z coverage of your CAT, Quants and DILR as well as the verbal syllabus. I am the LRDI and Quants expert on the Unacademy platform, and if you see, you have got over 165 hours of recordings available for your Quants A to Z every chapter, and over 65 hours of recordings for DILR. So that makes it around 230 to 240 hours of recorded sessions. So for people who are working, or if you are busy in your college work, you might want to view the recordings at your own pace. You have the option 240 250 hours DILR plus Quants. And for people who want to join me live, you can always do that by subscribing to Unacademy Plus. So to view the recorded sessions or to catch me live, you can join Unacademy Plus. If you do so, please make sure that you use my referral code Pariskhit Sakia, because you get 10% off on the subscription fee. Also, if you use this code, you can ping me on the Unacademy app and I will add you to all my WhatsApp groups for your complete CAT 2021 and CAT 22 preparation. Okay, let's get started with today's session. Okay, the first thing first. Let's talk about, okay, before we talk about this, let's talk about the different NMIMS programs and the eligibility criteria. So I will take you through the entire admission process. So before that, you need to know first of all how many seats are available and which programs are available for me to apply for NMIMS, right? Okay. Now first, let's talk about the different programs that are available in NMIMS. The different programs. So as you see, what I have done is I have listed out the different MBA programs that are available, and depending on the score and your interest, you might wish to opt for one of these specializations. So first thing, the most sought after course is the first one. The most sought after course is the first one. This is the MBA Mumbai campus. MBA in NMIMS, the Mumbai campus. So finance, information system, marketing and operation and decision sciences. How many seats are available in the Mumbai campus? A total of 600 seats are available. So people generally who score the highest in the NMAT examination, right, will opt for this particular specialization. So it also means the cutoff for the MBA Mumbai campus in finance, information system, marketing and ops will be the highest among all specializations. Next is MBA in human resources. That's again the Mumbai campus. This is also very much sought after. 120 is the intake for the Mumbai campus, human resources. Then you also have to pursue a dual degree in decision science and analytics plus an MS in business analytics and information management. So for this, there are 60 seats available, and that too again in the Mumbai campus. And then you have got MBA in pharmaceutical management. Okay. So other than the Mumbai campuses, the cutoffs you might, or someone might end up with a lower score in the NMAT. What would happen? You still wish to pursue an MBA, you might want to do it from one of the other campuses. Okay. So NMAT Narsimunji has got campuses in Bangalore, Hyderabad, and there is a Navi Mumbai campus as well as an Indore campus. and their respective batch strength are provided here. Okay. So after the Mumbai program, the second best is MBA in Bangalore campus. That is the second sought after college after the Mumbai campus. And then you have got MBA in business analytics again in Mumbai campus and MBA in digital transformation for a total of 60 seats. Now I have mentioned a lot of courses, but you also need to know whether you are eligible for these courses. That's the next thing you need to look at. Okay. So for MBA Mumbai, right, the flagship program of NMIMS Bombay, you need to have a minimum of 50% marks in aggregate in your graduation. And there are few sub-clauses. Now when I say sub-clauses 3.1 to 3.7, I have not listed them out here, but these clauses will tell you that, okay, if I am in the final year of graduation, I can still apply and I will get a provisional admission provided at the end you are able to get 50% marks in your graduation when the final results are out. Okay. Similarly, if you want to go for a dual degree, a MBA plus an MS, a 50% aggregate marks is important in your graduation. Plus, you also need a TOEFL score, a minimum TOEFL score of 93. Okay. Or IELTS score of 7 or higher. Okay. So this is not for the flagship program, but this is for those who are interested in MBA in decision science and MS in business analytics. Similarly, if you want to opt for an MBA in pharmaceutical management, okay, pharmaceutical management, not everyone can opt for it. If you want to do so, then it is essential that you hold a bachelor's or a master's degree in which streams, either in pharmacy or in life sciences or in medical technology and biotechnology, or you might be wish to be a doctor, MBBS, BDS, BHMS and BAMS. So if you hold one of these bachelor degrees, you might want to opt for an MBA in pharmaceutical management. Similarly, MBA in business analytics, right? Now for this, you need to have a bachelor's degree in either engineering, mathematics, statistics, commerce or economics. And finally, if you wish to do an MBA in digital transformation, remember this is something very sought after, upcoming. These are some niche skills that you might wish to pursue in your post-graduation. Then you can have an engineering in any degree, a BSc in computer science or electronics or physics or maths, or any other graduation with mathematics as a compulsory subject. The reason being, there is a lot of mathematics involved in this particular course. Hence, they wish to have students who have some background of mathematics in their graduation. So I think we are clear with the different programs and options available when you apply for the NMAT exam, okay, to pursue an MBA in NMIMS. Okay. The next thing is the entire application process, right? Okay. Now let's look at the entire application process. What you see on your screen on the left is the first step. Okay. I will say these are stage 1, and there is something, a very, very important observation that is out here. Now, the process stage 1 is only completed if you register for the NMAT exam as well as you register for the NIMMS college. 2 separate registrations and 2 separate fee payment needs to be done. Please make sure that you hear me out carefully on this. It says you need to visit their website. Obviously, you'll pay the registration fee and register for the NMAT exam. Once you do that, you get a registration number. You get a registration number. Okay, that is important. You need to note it down. Once that is done, it is essential that before you take the test, okay, let's as an example, let's consider this example that I mentioned here. If you have scheduled the test for the 8th of November 2020, it is essential that you apply for Narsimmunji Mumbai campus separately, okay, by paying a separate fee. You need to apply on or before 7th of November. So it means if I were to write the NMAT exam, okay, and my date of examination is 8th of November, you need to apply to the college separately before 8th of November. In case you don't do that, you will not be considered for a GDPI in that specific college. So you cannot apply after you have written the exam. Now you might be thinking, what is the rationale behind this? The rationale is very simple. It is people. The college is looking at higher money here, more money. Why? Because if you write the exam and you know that the exam didn't go well, so there is no point paying a separate fee and applying for Nursing Munji Mumbai. A lot of people will not apply. Hence, if you want to apply to Nursing Munji Mumbai, you need to apply before you actually write the exam. So remember, these two steps are mandatory and needs to be completed before you actually write the exam. Not only Nursing Munji Mumbai campus, for that matter, any campus that you wish to apply has to be done before you write the exam. Now, what about the exam? How many times can you appear? We will talk about it. Don't worry about that. That is stage 1. Stage 2. Stage 2 is if you clear the cutoffs. If you clear the cutoffs, you will get a case discussion and personal interview call from NMIMS University. Okay. What is the case discussion? It will basically give you a business problem. Probably it will give you an example of a company, let's say, with declining profits, a lot of problems. It wants to restructure the company, and then they will, let's say, ask you to come up with a solution. Come up with a solution, or probably they will give you 10 minutes or 15 minutes, come up with a solution. So that's an example of a case discussion. And a personal interview. So basically your final call, right, or final selection is based on 4 parameters. Parameter 1, your written score in the NMAT. Parameter 2, the case discussion. Parameter 3, your personal interview. And parameter 4 is your resume. Right? Now, when I say resume, it means weightages being given to, let's say, extracurricular activities in your resume, your academic scores till this point of time, and so on. So basically, 4 parameters decide your final selection into NMIMS University. Now, a point to be noted. The point is, once you submit the application form, right, there is no change allowed. There is absolutely no change allowed. Now, when I mean no change, it also means you cannot change any preference. When I say preference, it could be preference of the test center, the location, the city, or preference of the college. Probably all of you would want to apply for the Nursing Munji Mumbai campus flagship program at the very first. That would be your first preference. So you cannot change your preference once you have submitted the form. Okay. Now let's look at the admission schedule. The admission schedule is, the process has already started. It started on the 19th of September 2020 and it ends on the 14th of December 2020. Okay, so within this timeline, you need to apply for the NMAT examination and also register for the NMIMS college before you actually write the exam. What is the application fee? The application fee is 2,200 plus taxes. So if you round it off, it will come out to be somewhere around 2,400, 2,500. That's the application fee. Plus, as I told you before, you also need to pay the fees for application to NMIMS Bombay. So 2 fees needs to be paid. Application fees plus NMIMS Bombay registration fee. So 2 fees needs to be paid. Okay. So please make sure that you do that. And even if you wish to apply for multiple programs, it is just one application form and one fee of 2,200 plus taxes that is applicable. Now, once you understand the application process, the next thing that you wish to look at would probably be the different test centers, the cutoffs, and the fees in NMAT in the Nursing Munji campus. Okay. Now, let's look at this time NMAT, right? Obviously, will be conducted online. So you can take the test from the test centers as well as from home. Now, when I say home, there is a word mentioned, online proctored at home. So it would mean definitely it would be proctored. It would mean probably the video would be asked to be kept on. So this to ensure that you are the one who is actually writing the exam, right? So with fair means. So basically you can either take the exam from home or from a test center. Now I would suggest that you give it from a test center. Why? Because at home there are a lot of issues. Your computer might have an issue. There might be a system operating, your system requirements are not good enough, or probably your electricity goes off. There is some disturbance and you don't know what will happen, right? But in the test center, you are rest assured that someone else, the testing agency, is taking care of all this. So suggestion would definitely be to go and write it from a test center. Okay. Now, what are the test centers available? I have listed them out here. I have listed them out here. It's available in all the 4 zones: north, west, south, central, and the east. So you just might want to view, have a look at the test centers and see if your city is available or the nearest city to your destination is available. Okay. The next thing, the test structure. Now this year, the number of questions in the NMAT has been reduced. How many questions are we talking about? We are talking about 108 questions. So 108 questions in how many hours? 2 hours. So approximately just over a minute per question. Okay. And the number of questions in each section is also given to you. Your verbal 36 questions, quants 36 questions, and LR 36 questions. So equally divided. Now there is a time limit. Can you see this? There is a separate time limit for each of the sections. What does it mean? Let's say at the start, you will be given the option which order do you want to take. Probably I'm good at quants. I want to take quants at the first. So you can choose the order: quants, logical reasoning, let's say LR. Moment the quant section starts, the timer will start until the 52 minutes are over. You cannot switch to a different section. Okay. Similarly, moment 52 minutes are up, you will come to logical reasoning and you cannot move back or move to the language skills section. So the suggestion here would be whichever section you are strongest at, attempt that first. Attempt that first. Why? That would boost your confidence and help you do well in the remaining time of the examination. That's point number 1. Point number 2, there is no negative marking. So it means the last 3 or 4 minutes in every section, you just got to ensure that you are you need to tick every question. You need to mark at least one answer in every question. Okay, because there is no negative marking, and you know, if you mark 10 correct, probably you'll get 2 or 3 or probably 4 correct. You don't know. That all depends on your luck. So how much is the cutoff generally? Generally, if you want to get a call from NMIMS Mumbai, you need to do at least 60% of the questions correct. At least 60% of the questions correct. If I assume the difficulty level is same as the last 2 or 3 years. If the difficulty level is same as the last 2 or 3 years, then definitely you need to make sure that out of the 108 questions, around 65 questions you get correct to get a call from NMIMS Mumbai. What about the fees? The next thing is the fees. The fees for 2021, 2022 is not yet out. Okay. But do we have the fees for the last year? Yes. How much was the fees for the last year? For the flagship program, it was approximately 10.5 lakhs. This is per annum. This is per annum. So if you are talking about 2 years, you need to do multiply with 2. Multiply with 2. And similarly, the fees is mentioned for the other programs as well. So whichever program you are interested, you might wish to read the slide for the fees. And next, I am summarizing the important dates once again so that you don't miss out. The application process has already started on the 19th of September. It ends on the 14th of December. And remember, before you write the exam, you also need to apply to the NMIMS Mumbai University separately. So 2200 fees plus taxes for the application, plus a separate registration needs to be done for the NMIMS Bombay campus. Okay. Then if you get shortlisted, you will be called for the interviews and the case discussions, which is scheduled to be held from February 11 to 14th of February. So this process happens in Mumbai. But this year it might also happen online. It might also happen online. Then this is the registration process, right? And then the actual conduct will happen. The process itself will take from 18th of February to the 10th of March. And the final list will be out expected to be out by around mid of March. Around mid of March. Yes. So I think we talked about the entire application process. NMIMS is a really good college, one of the good brands in the country for doing an MBA. So let's say you do not get into IIM Ahmedabad, Bangalore or Calcutta, and probably you will still look for an MBA, then NMAT is a good option to fall back. And also NMIMS brand is a very strong brand. So good placements and a good alumni network. So it's always a backup option. I would strongly suggest that you write the NMAT, and more so because the difficulty level of the NMAT is very low. It's very low. So if you're preparing for the CAT, and I say the difficulty level, let's say the difficulty level of the CAT exam, okay, is very high. Let's say on a scale of 1 to 10, if I mark 10 as CAT, let's say the toughest is CAT. So what will be the difficulty level of the NMAT? Probably around 3 or 4. Around 3 or 4. So it is easy. It is easy. So on a scale of 1 to 10, if CAT is the base and it is 10, then the NMAT is probably 3 or 4. So it's all about speed that matters in the NMAT. Okay. So any question anyone who is joining me live has, you can ask. Otherwise, we will break. Okay. Then thank you so much. I hope you all enjoyed the session. It was helpful to you. In case you wish to subscribe to Unacademy Plus, you can always do so by using my referral code Pariskhit Sakia. You will get 10% off on the subscription fee, and also you get access to all educators who teach on the Unacademy Plus platform if you use my referral code. Thank you so much. Have a good day ahead and stay safe and study hard for your exam. Thank you. I see you tomorrow morning at 10:30 a.m. for another exciting session of mine.